Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a place where love doesn't fade with time. It grows stronger. Introducing Timeless Together, the YouTube channel dedicated to couples who discovered that the real love story begins after the honeymoon, after the kids, and after decades of life together. Your hosts, Arnold and Bernice, have shared a lifetime of laughter, lessons, and unwavering commitment. And now, they're opening their hearts and their home to couples who know that marriage isn't just about the early chapters. It's about writing a beautiful ending together. Each episode will bring warm conversations, timeless relationship wisdom, heartfelt stories, and a few good laughs along the way. So, whether you've been married for 15 years, 30 years, or even longer, this is your place to celebrate the journey of lasting love. In our last session, Arnold and Bernice were discussing conflicts and what it looks like when a couple struggles to walk in agreement. This week, they will be discussing what helpful and harmful words looks like in a relationship. We invite you to sit back, hold your sweetheart's hand, and join them as they remind us that the greatest love stories aren't the ones that start perfectly. They're the ones that last forever. Welcome to Timeless Together.
You know, what we say to each other as married couple in relationship has some weight. You know, we can say things that could be positive, uplifting, and encouraging. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, we can say some things that could be harmful and damaging in that relationship.
I agree with that, because you know the words have power. Mm-hmm. Okay, mm-hmm. And if it's not the right word, okay, it can cause, like say, damage. If I can use an analogy, I think of like hurtful words are like a tsunami.
Okay.
Okay, but then yet, if I look at more helpful words, those words be like a gentle breeze that just blowing. So yes, words are powerful, because if there's hurtful words or they're helpful words.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely
so.
Yes.
Welcome back to Timeless Together. We're your hosts, Arnold and Bernice.
Yes.
And if you are here for the first time, we thank you for spending the time with us, and we hope that you will glean something from this ministry.
Yes, certainly hope we do.
Because we started this ministry to inspire senior couples, to let them know that their best years of marriage is yet to come, because we are experiencing it for ourselves right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And of course, it's a pleasure to have back all of our subscribers, and the ones who are just saying, hey, we just welcome you. That's it. Welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Welcome.
Oh, yes. So listen, today we want to talk with you about something that I think is very important in a marriage, also even in a senior marriage.
Right,
I think it's important, you know. We want to talk about healing words and harmful words that we can utter from our lips.
Yes. Healing words and harmful words.
Yeah.
Yes, healing words. Our scripture that we're gonna share with you guys, because we always like to base it on on the word. Absolutely. That you can actually look and see that how.
Yeah. So two base scriptures that we're going to be utilizing today is found. One of them is found in Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 24.
And that's for the healing.
That's your healing words.
Yes.
That's your healing words. And the other is found in Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 18.
Okay.
And these are the harmful and damaging words. All right. So Proverbs 16:24, the healing word says, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. That's healing words. Proverbs 12:18,
Yes.
which covers our harmful and damaging words that we utter from our lips. It says, there is one who speaketh rashly, like the thrust of a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are the two scriptures that we're going to be landing on today as we move forward in this session, talking to you about them.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Because I can recall over the years of marriage that we have thrown some words out there.
Yes, we have.
We have thrown some positive, helpful words, but then yet we have thrown some harmful words.
Yes.
And regardless if they were harmful or healing, what happened, it impacted our marriage, impacted us individually, but then yet also when it's more harmful, it has more of a strain on our relationship.
It does.
So, but we're not going to really we're going to take our time because we really want you guys to really get the gist of this subject matter, to see the severity of it, regardless if it's healing or it's helpful.
Yes.
But there are four categories, not categories, four subject matters that we're going to cover.
Okay.
And the first one is why your spouse's words land the hardest. The things that your spouse say, why that seems like it just does something to you.
Like a dagger, huh?
Like
a sword.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And the second, we're going to talk about words that hurts.
Okay.
The words that hurts.
Okay.
And third, forgiveness.
It's key.
Forgiveness.
Key in all
Okay?
of this.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And we're going to end it with words that heals, because if we talk about words that hurt, we got to also talk about the words that heal.
That's,
Okay?
That's the end state. That's what we want right here. The
Right.
heal.
Yeah.
From all of it. From
The
all of it.
healing. The
Yes.
healing.
Yes.
So we're going to dive right on into this first one. And I know some of you guys will be like, okay, I know I can relate to this, because
Okay. Okay.
you know, why our spouse's words seem like it affects us most. Especially, we're going to deal with the harmful words.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
The harmful words. Okay? So, baby, if you think, why would a word, you know, I've experienced where you could have said a word to me and it seemed like it just, just tore me to pieces.
Okay,
But then
okay.
yet someone else on the outside, it could be a relative or just someone in general, can they say the exact same word, but it doesn't have that effect on me. It's a different effect.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Yeah. And I think that's because again of the relationship, all right? Because if we take the biblical approach on this, right? The two of us are now one. Okay.
Yeah.
So in other words, I think I shared in one of the previous videos, there's a connection there. There's a heart connection because now we are one. All right. So if I utter a word to you that is totally abrasive, right? All right. All right. And someone can utter that, someone else can utter that same word to you, and it seems it doesn't, affect you as much because that connection that you and I have.
Right, yeah.
We're walking in that oneness now. So in other words, when I land that word on you, it has some weight to it. It means something to you because first of all, you wouldn't expect that to come from me.
Right. That's the key.
Okay? Because in
That's the
other words,
key.
you say, wait a minute, now we're supposed to be tight and one. And you said that to me?
Right, yes.
So that's why it seems as though it's so weighty and it maybe digs in a little bit more.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you say, oh, well, this, I'm like, someone else says, I'm like, speak to the hand, could hear now listen, that's your opinion. It doesn't matter. This. And then I think it also determine the atmosphere, the setting. You understand what I'm saying? The mindset.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because think about it. If you can say a certain word, or say something to me, and if I know we're in agreement, or we playing around or something like that,
Yeah.
and then I said, okay, no problem. But then, like early morning, because morning is not the time. Early morning for me is like and
Okay. So it's basically the spirit of the word that is being put out. And
right.
If you pick it up, that okay, you know that wasn't joking. Whatever he just said, oh, I felt something different there. He meant what he said. All right.
Right.
So it is all based on the spirit of the word, the hearer as well as the one that is speaking it.
Yeah.
Because you as you said, you're not a morning person, right?
Yeah.
So maybe your spirit this time said, look, I am not in the mood for none of this.
No.
So therefore, maybe I've said that to you many times before.
Yes.
But at this particular time, all right, it was the wrong time for you. I didn't recognize it, but whatever I said to you, you picked it up as saying, wow, you really said that to me? Okay.
Right.
So now you're taking on a different mindset.
Right. Different mindset.
So it all depends on the spirit of that word that's being launched out. Is it being launched out for in a good-hearted way, or is it being launched out at you in a mean-hearted way?
Right. Yeah.
And how you perceived it and how you received it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because maybe the spouse is, you know, they say, I don't know. It's just I'm just thinking about how. And then we got to also understand now that we got to be mindful that we're still doing that warfare against the flesh and the enemy.
Absolutely.
And so he already knows as well. I know this is what's going to trigger this in her.
This is that button.
Don't ask her a question in the morning times like that, something like that. But it does affect us greatly because we're not expecting that.
That's
okay,
right. Not from one another.
From each other.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is where I believe we must understand each other in a way.
That's the key.
Okay, because in other words, because even as we grow, you know, because some things that I might have said to you early on in the marriage might have been a matter of laughable. Okay, you can laugh about it. Okay, but now as you get older, maybe I can say the same exact thing, and now you're perceiving it different, and now so it's not a laughable matter for you. All right, so now you're taking it as an offense versus as a joke. As a joke.
I guess so. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I can agree.
it all depends on where you at, what level you are at
The
this time.
seriousness of it.
So
yes.
and that's where we have to learn each other. I believe that we'll know. Okay, I can't say that to her anymore, and in a joking way because she's not going to see it from that perspective anymore.
Right.
Because now she's saying, "Oh, wait a minute." You know, you're making fun of me, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, because think about
know?
it. When we age, I can look at it for myself. When I age, and I can see how I was when I was younger comparing to now, and you know, you're looking at certain things, you're like, okay, well, certain things that you're going through, the way how you look, you say, oh, I'm seeing this.
Right.
But then back early on, if you say, oh, baby, it looked like you got a little wrinkle over there. And he said, I got a little wrinkle when I'm in my 20s, my 30s. I'm like, wow, that's a cute little wrinkle. But now you're going to tell me I got a wrinkle now and in my 60s. That's not cute.
Yeah, so
you see what I'm saying?
Those kind of words.
Yeah, those words hurt.
It could be kind of damaging, and it could cost you some time out.
It would cost you some time out.
So yes, by all means.
Yeah. So there could be some specific things, you know, words. So why your spouse? That's why our spouse's words seem like it just hits us hard.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side of it. Okay, remember, we always be talking about the other side of the coin. Going that word that you may say, that positive word, that helpful word. You know what that word do? That word will lift me up. Where you may say, babe, you know one thing? I see the wrinkles on your face, But you know one thing? The wrinkles on your face, it just shows the journey that you went down,
Exactly.
the maturity level, and all the things that you have overcome to be that,
Sure.
oh, fantastic, wonderful woman that you are, and vice versa. You understand what I'm saying?
That's that word that flows like a honeycomb. All right. So in other words, that one reaps benefit.
Yes.
That's the one that reaps benefit. It
Yes.
brings back something.
Yeah, right.
Those
yes.
are the gracious words.
Those are the
Gracious
gracious, the
words.
gracious
Yes,
words,
yes,
gracious
yes,
words.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we're going to go to the second subject and words that hurt.
Words that hurt.
Words that hurt.
Okay. That's
Okay.
the one proverb is saying that these are those words that one speaks rashly, like a thrust of the sword. In other words, these words going to cut you up.
Oh,
This is going to cut you up. This is going to make your heart really, feel like, wow, man, that hurt.
did he really
That
say that
Yes.
to
Yeah.
me?
Yes.
Words that actually bring
Yeah.
tears out of your eyes.
Yeah.
You know,
And looking back, again, I probably said a whole lot of those kind of words to you early on in early marriage, right? Because again, we think about our age at that time. All right, teen marriages, right?
yeah.
I imagine we both probably said some stuff back then to one another that, was just like Proverbs said, rash words. Just like the thrusting of the sword.
Right.
We just kind of like cut each other
You
up.
cut each other, right? Yeah.
So I imagine I threw some stuff at you early on.
He threw some stuff at me
I
earlier.
really did. I really
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I did, yeah. And think about it, because those words come out in anger, okay? And if we have anger still in the inside of us, and the anger, those words are going to come out. And I think because a lot of things, so if there are unresolved issues
Absolutely.
that either you or myself or we did not dealt with, okay, I'm going to hold that in.
Sure.
Okay, and then it's like I'm just going to put it in the storehouse. Okay, let me put it over here. Let me put it over here, and then when those moments of disagreement comes, which they do,
Sure.
then you reach into that bag and say, well, let me see which is the most damaging word I have right now, because I'm angry.
Yes.
I am frustrated. I'm disappointed.
Yes.
So all I want to do now is hurt.
Absolutely.
I want to hurt because I'm hurting.
I want
So
you to
I
hurt too.
want you to feel the hurt that I'm feeling. So I'm going to retaliate back to you with the words that I feel that would damage
That's
you
it right there.
at this
Damage,
time.
damage.
Because right now I don't see you. I don't see you as my spouse. I don't see you as someone that's lovable. I see you as my enemy, as
And I
someone
must
that
get
I
back
really
at you.
going to have to destroy. Okay?
And that's what the scripture was more or less referring to. In other words, these words are spoken rashly. In other words, you're not thinking. All right? Because
Right.
while you're angry, you're not thinking about words that is going to build up. Because again, as you alluded to, in other words, because if you have something that is pent up, and in other words, say, "Well, he said this to me," or "She said this to me," and we never did resolve this, and you never did really forgive that individual.
Yes.
Guess what happens? Now you built that thing up on the inside. So guess what? Now, when something comes and this trigger this situations again, all right. Now anger comes into play, all right. And guess what? The very word that comes out of your mouth is not going to be sweet as a honeycomb.
Right, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's not going to be sweet as a honeycomb because now you're saying, this is my opportunity.
Yes.
This is my chance to get back what I lost. All right. I feel as though I lost my respect on this one. All right. For what you said to me.
Right, yes.
So therefore, I'm going to say what I think I need to say to you, no matter what comes out.
And
That's
matter.
just the way it's
It
going to
doesn't
be.
matter, yeah.
And that's the danger of it all.
That's it, yeah.
That's
And
the
those are words in anger, but then we also have like general words. Oh, well, you never
Whoa.
did this, or other discouraging words, nothing that's building up, or Why it's always is your fault. Some other things you can think about.
Yeah. Just,
That
in other words, I'm just seeing your
the
negative
faults,
at this point.
the negative
You know,
in that
yeah,
in that person.
And that,
Okay.
we can never come to the table to resolve anything like that.
Right,
In other
yeah.
words, because if I'm always just seeing your fault, all right, and I don't see that there's some issues with me, all right, we can never resolve anything.
Right.
Because even though you may be able to say, hey, you know what, let's resolve this, I'm still going to see you as you still at fault here. In other words,
still, yes.
and by doing that, that's not going to really solve the problem
Right,
because
yeah.
the problem is you.
Yeah. Every time we try to do something, there you go again.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know, little
yeah,
words like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and not understanding that,
Yeah.
those can be
Very
harmful,
damaging. Absolutely.
hurtful words.
Absolutely.
Okay, but this one is I think this one right here. This one is really. I can't think of the word, but it's when you withhold your words.
Silence.
We got the anger, we got the pointing of the fingers, the
Yeah.
coldness,
Yeah.
but then it's like you just don't say anything.
Okay.
You just
Silence,
walk
sure.
around, you just silence, okay?
Okay.
You withholding your word. Your spouse don't know what is going on in your mind,
That could be damaging.
okay? So I think that's more of a mental, let's see the word.
Retaliation. more or less.
Retaliation.
I'm retaliating against you, so I'm not going to say anything to you.
Because now I'm looking at you,
Yeah.
and you're not saying anything. We're sitting in the same room. I'm talking to you. You're not saying nothing
Wow.
to me.
And that's called what? The silence?
Silence.
Okay. That's deadly. All right, because when we don't communicate, all right, all kind of stuff goes through that mind.
It does.
All right. What is she thinking? All right, she's not telling me what she's thinking. All right. What is she thinking? Okay.
Yes.
Then we begin to speculate.
Speculate.
We begin to formulate, okay, this is what he's thinking. Oh, this is what she's thinking. And guess what? Now we just made this situation even more worse.
For the
Because
enemy
what's
to
going
come
to happen now?
Yeah.
When he opens his mouth, or when she opens her mouth, guess what's coming out? Very tough,
Toxic.
hard
Yes.
words.
Toxic.
Because
Yes.
now that's all built up and pent up. All
Yeah.
right? So guess what? Those are not the words that we want to come out.
No.
All right? So therefore, that is not the approach we want to take. Silence is a doorway for the enemy to walk up into the relationship
It is.
and sit there and cause all kind of havoc. And guess when he does that, then he began to put some thoughts in your mind. And when you look at him and when you look at her,
Right. Yes.
the very same thing that the thought that the enemy put in your mind is the very same thing you will see, even though it may not be
It may
existing.
not. It not be.
All right.
And then also, babe, silence. It all depends, because I think when you get locked into that realm, it's difficult to get out of it. So this silence, man, it's not like I'm just going to be quiet for maybe a couple minutes.
Right.
But I believe that this silence, it can go on for hours and days.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, because you got to remember who's orchestrating.
That's the key thing.
And because again, he can cause you to just shut completely down. Silent, making you feel as though you got the upper hand now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He needs for me to talk with him. Oh, she knows she needs me to talk.
She knows,
So
but
guess
yes.
what? When you do that, the enemy is saying, "Great, stay where you are."
That's the key thing.
Because if you could never come to the place, to the table to conversate about this thing, this silence is going to be the thing that kills you.
It is. It really is.
It's going to be the thing that wear that relationship out. All right. So, hey, you know what? That's a word that hurt. The word that's not even spoken.
And to me, I'm just my opinion. I think this would be the worst of them, because the one in anger, okay, I know what you said,
Yes.
okay. The one, that general word that you criticize, say, I never this way, that, okay. or you trying to, those words, because it come out. You don't express it. I know how you're feeling about the situation.
At least you're talking. Right?
You're talking. But when you just there, and I know, because, hey, I'm guilty sometimes. I used to do that.
Yeah,
because I'm like, hey, why should I continue talking?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything to him. I'm going to ignore him like he's not here. But then after a while, like I say, I started, I thought I started, not understanding was my flesh reeling over to the enemy. And then now in the midst of it all, it's like now the enemy take full control. And I'm sitting there like, I want to get out of this thing. And then now I can't. Then now I'm taking this and then I'm using it as a tool. I'm like, you could be saying something to me. And I'm like, I'm not going to say a word to him. I'm not saying, and then within myself, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because then when I start seeing your attitude start shifting and I start seeing the effect on you, and down in the inside, I'm just laughing and I'm laughing and laughing until I'm convicted that what I'm doing is wrong.
Absolutely.
And then I'm able to come out of that. But could you imagine if you are convicted about, but then you ignore the conviction, how this could actually turn out to be something very detrimental.
It can spread out for a period of time. And like we shared earlier, and that silence is that doorway for the enemy to dig himself in a little bit deeper, and spread that, that put that wedge in between the two of you that pushes you even more further apart.
Right.
So silent. I think that is in fact, as you alluded to, I think that is the most dangerous word, or the most hurtful, harmful word to use. The word that is not spoken.
The unspoken words.
All right. So listen, some of you may be able to relate to what we just alluded to. And trust me, Bernice and I, we experienced that. We went through that.
Yes.
We went through that period when we say, you know what, we got into this situation that, the verbal altercation, and then what? The enemy come in and say, hey, you know what? She's at fault, or he's at fault, and nobody wants to come to this middle ground. All right. So, well, you know what? I'm not going to say anything about it at all. She's saying, but I'm not going to say anything about it at all. And guess what? We just kind of spread further and further apart.
Right, yeah.
And what happened? All right, the enemy just kind of came in and set up camp. All right, and guess what? We're looking at each other.
We allow him.
What's going on? Why can't we even communicate? Why can't we even touch each other? All right, you know what I'm saying?
And not just set up camp. We started feeding him. We fixed dinner. We fixed breakfast. We fixed lunch, dinner, any kind of a midnight snack.
Yeah. Gave him a place to sleep as well. So
yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So. Yeah. And so the fourth one, babe, I'm gonna let Jarvis take over for the fourth one. The fourth. The fourth.
I think we kind of hit on it.
The third. I'm sorry, the third one. This will be the third one. Yeah. This will be the third one. Yeah, because I did the first one.
Okay.
The first one was with your spouse. How it affect you when your spouse says the words.
Right.
And then the second one now is words that hurt.
Words that hurt. Okay.
Guess now we're going to talk about the third.
Yes, and that third one is where we now, we already went through the damage. So now we're going to start doing some damage control.
Right.
And the damage control starts right with one word, and that word is forgiveness.
Yeah.
All right, because listen, as we alluded to, this is where the enemy don't want us to get to. Because if she can ever forgive me for those harmful, damaging words, right? Guess what's going to happen? All right? The wall is going to come down. All right? And now I'm going to have to come to her and say, babe, when I said thus and thus to you, could you forgive me?
Right.
Because in other words, now I'm hurting. Because I need the conversation. I need the love. I need the response. I need that relationship. All right. But I caused that damage. All right. But now I'm hurting. So in other words, now I'm going to say, look, oh wow, I messed up. I've got to go back to her and say, baby, could you just forgive me?
And that's the key thing. Because sometimes when we were talking about forgiveness, we want to, well, you know one thing, I didn't know that what I said caused that much problem. I didn't know you were that sensitive, but since you were that sensitive, then forgive me for what I said to you. I didn't mean that. No, not in that way.
I'm still, with that type of statement, I'm still defending what I said or what I did.
Right.
All right. So in other words, I got to acknowledge that I did you wrong.
Yes.
That's where it first started. Man, I did you wrong. And I felt that. And I'm coming to you saying, I did you wrong. Could you please forgive me?
Yeah.
Could you please forgive me? You know, and that goes right back to the scripture. The Bible says what? Forgive as Christ.
Yes.
Believers, we have to forgive. If you're a believer listening to this program and there's some rift in that relationship, from negative words that were spread either by you or by your spouse, all right, come to this place of forgiveness. Because in other words, we cannot hold out on that forgiveness as a believer. Why? Because we were forgiven.
That's it. Yeah, freely. We were freely given. Nothing we did. We didn't earn that. We didn't earn it.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
But he yet forgave us.
He freely forgave us.
Forgave us.
Freely forgave us.
So this is where it begins, you know. So we got to start right there. Forgive. And forgiveness is releasing that debt. So in other words, when I said, could you forgive me for that, for those statements that I made to you? All right. You got, as the one that's been offended, all right, you got to say, yes, baby, I forgive you for all those words that you said to me. That's you're releasing that debt.
Yeah.
You're no longer holding that against me. All right? Because if you hold it against me, guess what? I can ask you for forgiveness all day long. But in your heart, if you don't release me and forgive me, all right, there's still a rift. There's still a wall between the two of us.
Yeah.
All right. And guess what? Now that same anger that caused me to say those words to you, they're going to take up residence in you.
It would, because like it would flip over. Like we had sessions where you would come and say, well, when you finally would come and say, ask for forgiveness. But then also, and I think this is the point I want to drive.
Okay.
During that time, when that person may hurt you, okay, it all depends on what's taking place with you. Because if you're not cautious to keep your mind, okay, locked in Christ, and if your mind is open, then what the adversary gonna come? He gonna start playing on your mind. Well, oh, he meant to do it.
Yes.
Okay. He did it yesterday. He did. Oh, then you start counting. How many times did he said that to you? Okay. Then he starts speaking, and then you start absorbing all those things. And I know there's some times when that have happened to me. And so now I'm having a good conversation with the enemy.
Yes, you are.
We are speaking. We are like this now, okay? And everything he's showing me concerning Job, I'm seeing it. Yeah, you're right. Look at him. He's sitting there right now. He don't care one iota. He intended to do that. I'm like, you're right about that, okay? So then now, while you could be sitting over there, and the Holy Spirit could be dealing with you and telling you, so, well, what you did was wrong to her. You need to go back and apologize. And you getting your everything together. And I'm sitting over the other side and say, I'm not seeing all that because now I'm waiting. Okay? So then now when you come and you say, babe, forgive me. Now what I'm going to do, no.
Nope.
And the right thing to do if he said, forgive me, say, yes, babe, I forgive you. I said, no, well, babe, you know one thing? Then I'm going to go back. I'm telling a story. On 2 weeks ago, when we were doing this, and you came and you did this, and I did that, da. So then now, what just like you just said, it just flipped over now,
That's
okay?
it.
And
That's
then now some of the words, now my words not gonna be
bitter.
sweet
Nope.
anymore because now it's bitter.
Yes, it is.
And then I'm gonna start saying things to you, and then sometimes the words I say, now I turn around and hurts you.
Absolutely.
So I did the same thing to you that you did to me.
That's it.
But the way how to handle that is,
In other words, when I come to you and honestly, truly say, forgive me, all right, your response is just like we said, as
Yeah.
Christ forgave us, you have to do that
Freely
for me.
forgive.
Because
Yeah.
if you don't do that, all right,
Yes.
just like you said, the enemy comes in and he's going to poison the soup for you. I promise you he will. And those very words that were spoken to you that damage you, you're going to begin to spew those same words back
Yeah.
out. All right.
The
So
same
now
thing.
you find yourself in this cycle. All right. And that is not how it's going to operate.
not.
You must forgive. All right. That spouse that comes and seeks that forgiveness honestly from his or her heart must be forgiven.
right, yeah. Yeah.
Must be forgiven. And how many times can you take that? How many times? If you remember what the scripture says, I think it was Peter that came to the Lord, hey, if my brother comes against me and offend me 7 times, how many times should I forgive him? He said, the 7 times? The God said, no. He said 70 times 7. So in other words, this thing, as long as forgiveness is being asked for, you must forgive.
Yeah.
You must forgive. Other than that, what happens, you're going to turn out to be the very same person that offended you.
Yeah.
And that's strong.
Right, yeah. And
That's
I guess,
strong.
and I guess we get to the point, well, come on now, he should know better, or
Yeah,
she should know
that's
better.
what we say. That's
You
what
know,
we say.
and I'm not going to do it anymore because, but the key thing is
Yes.
forgiving to release. Because when that person's coming at you forgiveness, what they're doing, it's not so much for you, but it's for themselves.
Sometimes, because in other words, what happened when I offended Bernice, all right, I put myself literally in this prison. I am behind bars.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I'm seeking to be released because my heart is saying, "Oh man, I did wrong. All right. Especially as a believer.
Yeah.
You're going to be convicted. All right. So now you're in this prison. I'm seeking to be released. How can I get released?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm coming to her because I offended her. Could you please release me?
Right, yeah.
All right. And when you don't do that, you're keeping me behind bars. But also, guess what you just did? You just went 2 steps down the hallway and put yourself in that same prison.
Yeah.
All right. Because
Yeah.
when I don't get forgiven, I'm still locked in because you
Right.
didn't forgive me.
Yeah.
But when you did not forgive me, you locked yourself in as
Right,
well.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So those 4 words that we must understand when we hear it. Will you forgive me?
Right, yes. Yeah.
That response that you must automatically know that, okay, I have to forgive.
Yeah. And it's not that it's going to come easy. The key thing is just saying, yes, I forgive
I
you.
forgive you.
The pain, the hurt,
there.
you're going to still feel that.
Still there.
But that's where you're going to have to internalize that and take it up to the Father and say,
Yes.
Lord, you know anything? I still feel this hurt.
Yes. Yes.
God, I'm damaged,
Yes.
Lord.
Yes.
It was very painful.
Yes. Yes.
But I did what you told me to do. Help me that even though I release my spouse, but God, I need some healing within myself. Okay?
And remember,
Yeah.
don't assume the mindset the enemy is saying. Oh,
Yeah.
because if Bernice forgive Arnold, she's just letting him off the hook.
Right, yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
not the way it works.
Letting you off the hook to come back to repeat the same thing. Okay? And then I think if a person is doing that, if you see your spouse is coming, he's doing or she's doing the exact same thing, then I believe that's where we need to pray and ask God, because that's like a stronghold in
It
that
is.
person's
It
life.
is. It is. And
Okay.
he or she can't break away from
Right,
that.
yeah.
If they continually offending. That's, as you said, there's a stronghold there. And that's where the 2 of you must come together.
Yeah.
All right, because the scripture tells you what if one can put 1,000 to flight, two can put tens of thousands. So now you see your spouse in this kind of situation that he or she is constantly offending and offending and offending and coming back and saying, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. All right, there's something deeper going on.
Right, yeah.
All right, so now
Yeah.
you must come together because in other words, if you truly love him, if you truly
That's
love her,
the thing, yeah.
all right, guess what? You realize that, man, she needs help or he needs help.
Yeah.
And that the only way that he or she is going to be able to be broken from this, that we got to come
got
together
to
and
pray.
see God's face for this.
Yeah.
You know.
And
So
help.
remember, you know, forgiveness is not letting the person off the hook. In essence, all right, it's taking yourself off it.
That's the key thing.
All
Yeah.
right, because what you was offended, remember, and
Right.
if that offense is not dealt with, you just put yourself in a situation that boom, you're behind bars.
Right.
Because now your heart get hardened, and guess
Yeah.
what? And I get bitter.
Right.
And I'm looking at you and say, man, she didn't really mean what she said, forgive me. So
Right,
guess what?
yeah.
I'm not going to forgive her.
Right.
Even though you might utter, yeah, I forgive you. But if you didn't release it right here, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
All right? You put yourself in the same situation
Right.
that
Yeah.
I just came
yeah.
out of.
And
Yes.
and please don't. We have a helper.
Mm.
With those of you know believers,
Yes.
we have a
yes,
helper
Yes.
that he leads and guides and directs us in all truth.
That's what he said.
He's the one who's going to let us know. You know, people in the world say, "Oh, you're conscious."
Yeah.
My conscience is
Sure.
bothering. So if
That's
you
what
want,
he said.
your conscience is bothering you.
Sure.
Hey,
That's it.
if you would listen to your conscience, or if you say, well, we believe that our helper, the Holy Spirit, when He alerts us.
Yes.
Let's not ignore, because sometimes we can ignore.
can't.
Say, oh
We
well,
can't.
yeah, you know that you know that you know you know that what you said was wrong, but yet you're being convicted of it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to stop and humble yourself.
That's the key.
Just humble yourself
Humbling
and just
myself.
say, because the whole thing is trying to bring bring stability
And peace.
and peace to your marriage.
Oh, yeah.
And for your marriage to blossom that much more. And I think, baby, if we had known this years ago.
Oh, my.
A lot of things that we
lot of
went
stuff.
through, we would not have went through that because we felt that, okay, well, yeah, well,
Okay.
I know I said what I said was wrong, but
But-
I'm not going to say anything
Yep,
to him,
yep,
okay?
yep,
He
that's it.
deserve it,
That's it.
or she deserve it.
Well, he told me last week, but he told me last month, but he told me last year. So
Yeah.
guess what? You're building
Yeah.
up on that.
Yeah, and
No.
we don't, especially in our senior
You
marriage.
can't. You can't
We
do it.
don't want to do that, and
Can't
if
do it.
that's what's happening, please,
Yes.
let's just be obedient. And it's nothing wrong with just saying, baby, forgive me.
Forgive me.
Okay.
Forgive. That's it. Yeah. And
Baby,
if-
forgive
if-
me. Yes.
And if you have to do it next week,
Yeah.
the week after, forgive. All right. But if you see that there is an issue, as we said,
Yeah.
if you see that, oh, there's something more deeper than this, then the two of you got to come together.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, I think it's something more to it than this. all
Right.
We need to pray about this.
Yes.
All right. And you come under that agreement, and guess what? The helper is there.
Yeah, he is.
The helper is there to send that deliverance. All right. So forgiveness, please.
Right, yes.
Forgiveness, and we skipped over it many times,
We have. We did. We did.
but we had to come right back full
Yeah.
circle once again, every time. All right. And realize, oh, that wasn't right.
It wasn't. No.
And trust me, you won't get through it until you go
Through it. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to, and do it His way.
Yeah.
We're a living witness. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So,
And the last subject we're talking about is because the words got to have a place.
okay. We trying to figure out. Okay, now that I done cut you,
You put a bandage over it.
so how can we get you healed?
Yes.
You know, now that you done cut me, you know, how can we get you healed? That's what we want to talk about. All right, because we have to understand that healing words are really chosen words. These have to be intentional words. These are, just like you said, they can't just be something you frivolously throw out and say, well,
Right.
if I did you wrong.
Yeah. If I offended you.
If I offended you, no, we have to be intentional about it. Baby, when I said, hey, you know what, we need to get on this exercise program, and you took a different approach to this, all I want to say is, I didn't mean it like that. All I'm saying is we need to get active. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Could you
Yes.
could you forgive me for saying that?
Yes.
I got to be intentional when I say that.
Yes.
All right? I can't say, you know what, look, come on, man. You know we need to. Don't you think we need to do some exercise?
Come on now.
Come on now. That in itself is not saying forgive me for saying that.
Yeah.
In other words,
Right.
you saying I'm defending what I said as being it's okay, and it's not okay.
No, it's not.
Because if there's if the hearer hears it as an offense, that's what we're dealing with. Right?
Yeah.
Even though I might say, ain't nothing wrong with that. You may say, ain't nothing wrong with what I just said to her, what I said to him. But if he or she takes it as something different,
Yes.
if an offense is being perceived, then we have to address it. Right? And we got to be intentional on when we address it, not
Right,
accidental.
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And remember that small everyday words, and that was just an everyday word I'm throwing out there. Right? But it has some weight. Right? And you know what? What we think is nothing. It's
It means a lot.
powerful.
Yeah, it's powerful. And that's why we have to switch it around. Instead of saying, well, you never. So say never. Say, you know, it'd be so enjoyable for us or for you, babe, to come along and for us to do this instead of saying, well, every time you never would do the right, you never do the right thing. So, baby, you know, it'd be so good. I know you got that in the inside of you, and you know, you're building up, you're encouraging, and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, because because after a while, if that person has been damaged, and we all have a past,
Yes,
we
do.
all have things that have damaged
Yes.
us probably as children,
as kids,
even
yeah.
as young adults, that we may still be struggling, and then it could be a trigger too.
It could
Okay,
be. It could
so
be. Yeah.
when we see those things, that's why it's good to the words that come up. There's power and there's life and death in the power of the tongue.
It is. It is.
Okay,
Yeah.
you really can set a person back
Back,
with certain
you can.
words, but then you can also encourage a person
lift them up.
to lift them up.
Yeah.
And because I remember, I'm gonna go back. I remember a word that you said to me.
Okay.
A word that was spoken that Jarv said to me. We were still young, young.
Okay.
The word was justify.
Oh, I remember that word.
Really, frankly speaking, at that time, I didn't know what the word justify meant,
Okay.
but I knew it wasn't something good because it came out of his mouth.
Yeah, I was not the honeycomb lips in my early days.
That's the way I felt. And we didn't have Google back there, and I did not want to look it up in the dictionary.
Yeah.
But I just knew it was not something good.
Okay.
And every time I said, he said, you always were justified. And I'm like, no, I'm not like this. And I would get very angry. But I would not, I didn't express it.
No.
I just
Kept it in.
I just kept it within. You know,
Internalized it, huh?
I internalized that, okay? And I kept internalizing, and you kept saying it. And as I started getting older, you know, and growing more in Christ,
Yes.
and I pulled back and I said, you know one thing, Lord, I'm tired of hearing my husband say I'm justifying things. Lord, what in the world is he talking about? Because I'm not doing that.
Okay.
And I just had that quiet time in that moment. And as as God was, sharing with me, and I saw different examples. He showed me like certain things in my life, and he was showing me different examples. And I said, oh, so that's what he is talking about. And you know one thing, so when you would say that,
Right.
I would immediately take notice to it.
Okay.
So I started making it my business not to be doing those things. And I said, oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm justifying my actions. I'm justifying my action. But then now a word that I saw as negative, as the scripture said, it became something good. It worked to good, because what it did, it started helping me, giving me boundaries.
Right.
So then I don't look at justify as a negative word. I look at it as a word now. So, well, now I'm not going to justify my actions anymore. I'm going to actually look and see, am I doing the right thing? So what it did, it helped me become more sound and on the straight and the narrow. So, you know.
Yeah. And again, like I said, when that word would be, given to you, it wasn't. It was more or less to say, hey, just observe what's happening, because
You sure, sweetie?
Yes, it
You
was.
sure?
It was.
You sure?
It was, because what it was doing. In other words, I would share stuff with you, then you would come back and saying, okay, because of this, and I said, wow, I'm trying to give her something positive, right? I thought,
No.
but
Yeah,
maybe I was
Yeah.
presenting it. It would seem as though maybe I was trying to be on a negative side.
Right.
So when you heard the word, immediately you perceive it that this is something negative he's saying about me.
Yes.
In other words, and that's not me, that's not my personality, until you was able to say, okay, let's examine this, And that's what we're seeing here today. In other words, let those words, if you're speaking it, even that the receiver might receive it as a negative word, but from your heart, from your spirit, you're bringing it as something positive, okay? Pull back and begin to pray about it.
Yeah.
Because you want that word to be received as a honeycomb, something that will be nourishing or building up for the individual.
Right,
Because anything other than that, remember now, if I throw a negative word at Bernice, all right, I'm not just tearing her down.
Yeah.
I'm tearing me down too. Because when her spirit is crushed, mine is crushed too. Because it severs that continuity in the relationship that we can't even begin to see things eye to eye.
Right.
So it's important that we speak life.
That's the key thing.
On
Speak
purpose.
life, encouraging.
On purpose.
And what are some things that we can actually say? I mean,
good example is, in other words, sometime I'm going back to when you were doing your undergrad study. You had some difficult days.
yeah.
But what words that was presented to you to say, hey, you're doing great, you're doing okay, keep pushing.
Yeah.
So in other words, words that will just cause that individual to say, wow, he is with me or she's with me.
Right. Yeah.
In other words, I'm not out of all myself. I'm feeling bad as it is. So in other words, if I come and give her a good word, an encouraging word, it kind of shifts the tone on how she feels about herself and about life.
Right. Yeah.
And on the contrary, if I come and she's already pushed down, and I'm coming and saying, you just might as well give it up. You're not going to make it anyway. Those are not the words that
Those are not the words. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've learned how to it comes down to you, when you say, that's not going to work out, or you try to do. I said, baby, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. You know how to fix it. You'll get it. You'll get to it, or something like that. Or don't worry about that. You good. It's good. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Even if we can actually see the reality is there, that something is broken, but hey, it's no big deal. Life goes on. We're gonna make it. You see what I'm saying?
Encourage. Give those words of encouragement.
Right. Yeah.
Because it means a lot.
Yes.
It means a lot. So those words that we utter, good and bad, it has its consequences.
It does have the consequences.
And, like I said, and we have learned over the years, and not to say that we don't slip up every now and then.
True.
But when we do slip up, we immediately acknowledge it. Oh, that was not the thing to say, because I didn't say it in the right spirit.
Right.
All
Yeah.
So therefore, we have to pull back and regroup and say, hey, as we state, hey, Bern, what I said then, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I know that offended you. Could you forgive me? You know what? And then she ought to reciprocate. I hear you, but I didn't take it like that. But I forgive you. All right?
Yeah.
But if we don't do it that way, guess what happens? Then that old nasty side of us begin to show up.
It's opposite. Yes.
Anger begin to show up. And guess what? Now we're going back and forth.
Right.
Back and forth. Well, you
We're
did
not
that to me,
getting
I'm
anywhere.
doing that to you.
We're not getting anywhere.
And you're not getting anywhere. And then what? The relationship is now soured and sometimes severed.
Yeah,
And we cannot afford to do that
we can't.
in our
No,
single years of marriage.
we can't because, you know, we want the best time. We want to enjoy each other. And spending time, wasting our time on things like this
Yes, yes.
is moments that we'll never
Be able to retrieve.
be able to retrieve.
Yep. Cannot.
And in the mindset that we have now as older adults,
That's it.
we have to look at, so we want to build, like I always share with my husband, said, you know, that I want to build good memories.
Absolutely.
And that even if we are having an argument, okay, I want to make sure that that argument or that disagreement, because we really don't too much argue, but that disagreement ends in love and unity. And why I say that? Because I'll say, just imagine if after we had that, one of us, God decided to take one of us home.
That's it. That's it.
So now the one who is left behind, the memory that you have, the last
Yes,
memory that you have with your spouse is like, oh, this is
It
the
wasn't
memory
good.
it was a bad memory,
It
or
wasn't
I
good.
said this
Yes.
to this person,
Yes,
or I said that.
Yeah.
You can never retrieve that.
Cannot.
But if
Yeah.
you have, you say, well, man, the last word, the last conversation, yeah, we disagreed, but you know anything? We made up and we
Yes,
made up
yes,
good and we
yes.
had a good time
Yes,
together.
yes.
And even in your grieving process, you know, you reach back on those memories.
Yeah.
And this is what we're doing now.
Yes,
This is what we're doing now.
Yes, yes.
To all our seniors out there, we are building memories.
Absolutely.
We are storing those memories up
Yep.
that for the later times we can retrieve and we go back and say,
Yeah, I remember.
does it be so, man, I remember we sat down and we did our timeless together and we did this, we did
Sure.
that. So this is what's all about,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
being careful what we're saying to each other, willing to forgive each other and stuff. And even sometimes if it means that, well, I know I didn't anything, but then, hey,
Yes.
I'm just gonna forgive him
For the-
anyway.
for
He
peace-
don't have to
for
come and
peace sake.
forgive me,
Yeah,
or she
for
don't have to
peace sake.
forgive
Yeah,
me.
for peace
You
sake.
know,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So listen, some of you are probably sitting there listening to us and saying, you know what, I could relate to what they're talking about.
Right.
All right. Because what you probably encountered some words in your relationship that were not the words like honeycomb. They were words that was damaging, and it was never resolved.
Yeah.
It actually pushed the two of you further apart, because the more you think about it, the more the enemy enter in, and then he add more fire to that flame that's already existing.
Right.
So what we are saying today to you is, in other words, there's an answer to that situation. All right, and that is one word. Actually, that one word we talked about was forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Yeah, forgiveness.
Because listen,
Choosing
you know,
to forgive,
if we
yeah.
if we look at our lives, you know, and we can say, what do we really deserve as believers for God to forgive us? What can we say? Because I did this, that's why He had
Yeah.
to forgive me.
He
No.
had to. No, he didn't have to do that.
He forgave us because
Because.
He wanted to forgive us.
Because.
Right.
Just because.
So I'm saying to you as a couple right now, put this situation under the guise of forgiveness, and say, listen, I forgive you, and she said, or vice versa, I forgive you. Let's start afresh.
Yeah.
Because we're what? We're not getting younger in the marriage. We're getting old in the marriage. And just like the host and hostess says, these are supposed to be the glorious years, our senior years. Then listen, we're not going to miss another day of enjoying what this marriage is supposed to be.
No.
Let it start with forgiveness. Let it start with forgiveness today. You're looking at her She looking at you and said, listen, I did some wrong. I said some wrong. Forgive me.
Yeah.
He looks at her and say, I did some wrong. I said some wrong stuff to you. Forgive me.
Right.
Let's start fresh today. Let's begin to live out this marriage, our senior marriage, as though we just got married yesterday.
That's it, yes.
Start it fresh.
Yeah.
Because this is what God wants for your marriage.
Right, that's true.
All right.
Yeah.
Those words, those hurtful words, they didn't come from him. They didn't come from her.
Mm-mm.
These came from the enemy of your soul. Because why? He never wanted the two of you to be as one. And he knew that, guess what? If I can get them at odds,
God's right with each other.
they'll never walk in the power and the unity of what this marriage is supposed to look like.
Right, yeah.
Let it begin with forgiveness today.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive her. She forgives him.
Right, yeah. But he said forgiveness is powerful.
Yes.
Forgiveness is powerful.
Very much so.
Okay?
Very much so.
Very
Very much so.
This is, I know we can go on and on, but we're not going to go on and on because we're going to cut. We'll probably do a little bit more, I guess, teaching.
I think we need to.
We do like a little bit more teaching where you guys can like have like more interaction
Yes.
with notes and stuff like that. We'll make sure try to get our.
Absolutely.
We're trying to get our notes and stuff together that you guys be able to go and download it
Yes.
and have it and build your own little personal, library, all the stuff that we went over. But the main thing is forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness, because
Yes.
I tell you, once I got to the place where there was a lot of things I had to forgive, not only my spouse, I had to forgive myself.
Exactly. Exactly.
I had to forgive myself,
Exactly.
okay, to free myself
That's what it
from
is, yes.
a lot of stuff that I would allow myself to be held in bondage with. And I can actually say now with the way how our relationship is, I mean, with God, we allow God to come in.
Different.
It's totally different, okay?
Yes, it is.
If we record this during the early days and you can sit side by side, you can see the difference that God makes in our lives, okay?
Absolutely.
But but you know,
So that is the key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
In other words, put him in the head of this line. all right?
Yeah.
And guess what? He'll walk you through it. I promise you.
yeah,
He
you
will.
will, yeah.
Yes, he will.
And of course, we're gonna have to give you guys your tip for the week,
Okay.
okay? The couple tip this week is say one thing out loud to your spouse that you've been thinking, but you never said it, okay?
Okay.
Something that blesses them.
Yes, that's the key.
That's the
I was
word
about
now.
to ask that. yeah.
Remember now we talking about
Yeah.
we gonna get away from the
we're
hurtful
mending
words.
here. We're mending.
Yeah, something that blesses them,
Yes,
okay?
yeah.
Something that you love and admire about who they are right now.
Mm-hmm,
But don't allow it to remain, don't allow this to remain in your head. I know you were thinking about this, but say it today. Right now. You turn to them and, just say what you want to say, okay? Because now remember now, a marriage, I want you to understand this, a marriage where forgiveness flows freely is one where words can finally do what God designed them to do. And what that is
Say that again.
is
before-
heal.
Yeah,
Okay,
say
I'm gonna
that
say
one.
it again, okay? This is it now, okay? A marriage where forgiveness
Yes.
flows freely
Really?
is one where words can finally do what God designed them to do.
Wow.
Heal.
Heal.
So when
His
forgiveness is freely,
Mm.
in other words, I don't have to wait until you come to ask
for it.
me
Yeah.
for forgiveness.
Yes, yes.
I freely
Yes.
forgive you,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
The Christ-like forgiveness.
I see that image now. In other words, as though that remember that bar we was talking about?
Yes.
When unforgiveness is there, you behind the bar. When you express that, guess what? The bars are removed.
Right, yeah.
Now the healing begin because what? This is what God wanted to be from the very beginning.
Right, yeah.
The enemy wants you to be in bondage, unwell,
That's the key thing.
broken.
Yes.
But God always wanted you to be healed.
Yes, that's the key thing.
heal.
Yes,
That's
and I'm looking at. I'm getting excited about
good.
this right here now. Like
That's good.
it's like because I guess I'm understanding this. Like when you do something to me, and I freely forgive you.
Wow.
Okay, what I just did, I did not even allow those feelings, the emotions that come with all this thing to even attack my mind because of what I did. I cut it off before it even attacked me, before he began.
That's it.
Okay?
That's it. That's powerful. That's powerful. Yeah.
So freely forgive.
Freely forgive.
And you know how that comes to be, baby? Because when we really understand each other.
Yes.
Because if I know within your heart that you love me and you're not going to say anything to what the words, it's not going to, you're not to damage me. You're not doing this to hurt me.
Yes.
Even if you may be upset at that time, you may be frustrated or discouraged. But the words that come out, because I know what's in your heart, I know these are not your words. Yes. So since I know you, we're not even going there. We not because we going to another level. Yes.
Freely forgive.
Yeah.
That healing can flow, man.
It'll flow. And because think about it now, okay? So now if it's a healing, if I freely forgive you, okay?
Yes.
So that means that I've never accepted any of those things. So what the healing need to take place at? The healing, all actuality, need to take place in you because the word that came out of you was a hurt words that you need to be healed in the inside. So by me automatically forgiving him, for forgiving you, what it did, it automatically transferred to healing you what was taking place in your heart because those were not the words that was launched at me. That was something that was you were dealing with.
Surely. Yeah. This is why we need to go into a teaching on this.
Yes.
Because that's profound right there. That is profound because forgiveness is a very, very strong word.
It is.
It's releasing.
It is.
It's releasing.
It is.
Wow. Okay. So listen, I know we've been sitting here for a while.
Yeah, we got to stop.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So,
we have to stop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Certainly, we hope that this program today was a blessing to you, our listening audience, and as much as it was a blessing to be able to present it to you from us. And we are trusting that you were able to glean something from this today that would help in healing and mending your marriage. Because I often say in the video, God has a grander plan for your marriage.
He does.
All right. And all of these information that he's giving is the cornerstone in order to allow that grandness to manifest itself once we take it in and begin to use it. Begin to use it.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. And to summarize it, words can wound.
Yep.
Words heal.
Yes.
But what forgiveness does?
Oh man.
Forgiveness keeps the door open.
Every time.
It keeps it open, and we want to keep the door wide open in our relationship, in our marriage. So we're gonna allow forgiveness to continue flowing with us. So we just thank you guys for being with us today. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet,
by all means,
subscribe and share.
Share it with your friends. All right.
Yeah.
And by all means, hit that notification bell. Last week, not because of the holidays that we didn't made a video. Bernice was out of town.
Yes.
So God's willing, we'll try to be consistent every week with making this video. So hit that notification bell so you guys won't miss any of the upcoming episodes.
Because we're excited.
We are ecstatic.
I mean, this is getting good. This is getting real good. So again, thank you guys for spending that time with us on Timeless Together, where love grows stronger through the years. So until next time, God bless. Blessing.
What happens in a marriage when all the children have left home and the career has ended? Now we need to learn each other. After 46 years of marriage, I need to know who you are, and you need to know who I am. Can we have a honeymoon all over again? I still remember our first year of marriage.